Have you ever walked into a crowded room and instantly spotted a friend? It's a remarkable experience, isn't it? You might be surrounded by dozens, if not hundreds of people, all engaged in their own conversations and activities. Yet, somehow, your eyes zero in on that one familiar face, and suddenly, the crowd seems to part, making way for a joyful reunion. This phenomenon isn't just a fluke. It's a testament to the incredible capabilities of the human brain. It's like your brain has a superpower, picking out that one familiar face from dozens of others. This ability is not just useful, it's essential for our daily lives. Imagine how chaotic and confusing the world would be if we couldn't recognize the people we know. Our brains are wired to make sense of the social world around us, and facial recognition is a key part of that. How does it do that? Our brains are incredibly good at recognizing faces. This skill is so deeply ingrained in us that we often take it for granted. The fusiform gyrus, a part of the brain located in the temporal lobe, plays a crucial role in this process. It helps us distinguish between different faces and remember them over time. This area of the brain is so specialized that it can even recognize faces in poor lighting or from unusual angles. It's something we do automatically, without even thinking about it. This automatic recognition is a result of years of practice and evolution. From the moment we are born, we start learning to recognize faces. Babies as young as a few months old can distinguish between their mother's face and a stranger's. This ability continues to develop as we grow, becoming more refined and sophisticated over time. It's a skill we learn from a very young age, and it's essential for how we interact with the world. Think about how children recognize their parents and caregivers, forming bonds that are crucial for their development. This early recognition helps build trust and security, laying the foundation for future social interactions. As we grow older, this skill becomes even more important, helping us navigate complex social landscapes. Think about it. We use faces to identify people, understand their emotions, and build relationships. A simple glance at someone's face can tell us if they are happy, sad, angry, or confused. This emotional insight is invaluable for effective communication and empathy. By reading facial expressions, we can respond appropriately, offering comfort, sharing joy, or resolving conflicts. Recognizing faces is crucial for our social lives and our survival. In a world where social connections are vital, the ability to recognize and remember faces helps us build and maintain relationships. It allows us to form communities, collaborate with others, and create a sense of belonging. So, the next time you spot a friend in a crowded room, take a moment to appreciate the incredible power of your brain. It's not just a skill, it's a superpower that shapes our social world. Think of a face like a puzzle. Your brain sees eyes, a nose, a mouth, and puts them together. But it's more than that. Our brains don't just see individual features. They see the relationships between them. The distance between your eyes, the shape of your nose, the curve of your lips. All these things create a unique facial signature. This signature is what your brain stores and uses to recognize you. It's like a fingerprint, but for your face. So, how does the brain actually do this? How does it manage to recognize and track faces with such precision and speed? It's a fascinating process that involves several different parts of the brain working together in a seamless and highly coordinated manner. Each part of the brain has a specific role to play, and they all communicate with each other to make face recognition possible. First, light bounces off a face and enters your eyes. This is the initial step in the complex journey of face recognition. The eyes are incredibly sophisticated organs that capture light and convert it into electrical signals. Your eyes send this information to the back of your brain, to a special area called the visual cortex. The visual cortex is located in the occipital lobe, and it plays a crucial role in processing visual information. The visual cortex is like a sorting office. It analyzes the basic shapes and patterns of the face. It breaks down the visual information into components such as edges, lines, and textures, which are essential for recognizing a face. Then, the information travels to other parts of the brain, like the fusiform face area, which is specifically tuned to recognize faces. The fusiform face area is located in the temporal lobe, and it is highly specialized for face perception. The fusiform face area works in conjunction with other brain regions to piece together the facial features and recognize the person. This involves a network of neurons firing in a highly coordinated manner, allowing us to identify and remember faces. This entire process happens in a fraction of a second, enabling us to recognize faces almost instantaneously. It's a remarkable feat of neural engineering that highlights the incredible capabilities of the human brain. Understanding how the brain tracks and recognizes faces not only gives us insight into our own cognitive functions, but also has practical applications in technology, such as facial recognition systems used in security and social media. As we continue to explore the intricacies of the brain, we can develop more advanced and accurate technologies that mimic these natural processes, making our interactions with the digital world more seamless and intuitive. As you encounter people, your brain creates face files. These face files are essentially mental records that store detailed information about each person's face you come across. It's a fascinating process that happens almost instantaneously and without any conscious effort on your part. Each file contains all the information about a person's face, their features, their expressions, and even the subtle nuances that make each face unique. This includes the shape of their eyes, the curve of their lips, the texture of their skin, and the way their eyebrows move when they express different emotions. Even the way they move their head when they talk. The more you see someone, the more detailed and robust their face file becomes. This is why you can easily recognize people you see frequently, such as friends, family members, and colleagues. The stronger their face file becomes. That's why you can easily recognize close friends and family. You've seen their faces thousands of times. Each encounter reinforces the details in their face file, making it easier for your brain to identify them quickly and accurately. You've seen their faces thousands of times. But here's the amazing part. Your brain can recognize faces, even if they've changed a bit. This adaptability is one of the most remarkable features of our brain's face recognition system. Your brain can recognize faces, even if they've changed a bit. Whether it's a new hairstyle, makeup, or even aging, your brain can still identify the person. This is because the core features of a face remain relatively constant, and your brain is adept at picking up on these consistent elements. A new haircut, a few wrinkles, or even significant changes like weight loss or gain won't fool your brain's amazing face recognition abilities. It can adapt to these changes and still recognize the person behind them. Even a beard won't fool your brain's amazing face recognition abilities. This incredible capability is what allows us to navigate our social world with ease, recognizing and remembering the faces of those who matter to us, no matter how much they change over time. Sometimes, our brains get a little too excited about recognizing faces. Have you ever seen a face in a cloud, a piece of toast, or a random pattern on the wall? This is called pareidolia, and it happens because our brains are so good at recognizing patterns. We're constantly looking for familiar things, even when they're not really there. Imagine a world where you couldn't recognize your own reflection. That's the reality for people with face blindness, also known as prosopagnosia. This rare condition makes it difficult or impossible for people to recognize faces, even those of close family and friends. It highlights just how important facial recognition is for our social interactions and daily lives. Studies show that babies as young as a few days old prefer to look at faces that are considered attractive. That means we're hardwired to find certain faces more appealing than others. What makes a face attractive? Symmetry, averageness, and features that signal health and good genes all play a role. So, there you have it, the incredible story of how your brain recognizes faces. It's a complex process involving multiple brain areas, intricate neural networks, and a vast library of face files. From the moment you're born, your brain is busy learning to recognize faces, helping you navigate the social world and build meaningful connections. It's a superpower we all share, and it's something to marvel at. Next time you're in a crowded place, take a moment to appreciate the amazing work your brain is doing. See how many familiar faces you can spot. You might be surprised by how good you are at it. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.